Hi, I'm Rob from HopZine.com. Thanks for joining me for another video beer review. This time we're looking at a beer from Lagunitas Brewing Company in Petaluma, California. Be careful moving this around. I can see a bit of loose sediment in the bottom. It is a bottle of their Little Sumpin Wild Ale. This is obviously based on their kind of hopped up wee beer called Little Sumpin Something. So this is a version of that, but which has been fermented with their particular Belgian yeast strain. It's 9.4%. Been hearing good things about this. Today I watched a couple of reviews online. Got one of my new glasses from Brewdog. Nice big snifter. Thought for this type of beer you need a nice. Oh, yeah, I can see quite a bit of sediment in suspension in the light. So it's not, might not be the clearest beer. I can see some little critters climbing around at the top of that pour. Anyway, in the glass, a very kind of clean looking, radiant, I'd say gold. Yeah, that's really radiant gold. Not much of a head. It's kind of receded to a ring and a small island at the bottom of the glass. Yeah, I've got some weird black bit of something in there. Anyway, give it a good swirl. Let's get my nose in this. Oh, look at that. Look at the head that's generated. A really nice big, quite soapy but tight, real tight kind of white bubbles. Maybe slightly off white. Anyway, let's have a sniff. Yeah, there's something in there. What is that? Anyway. Oh, fascinating. It's got a load of... See, it's an interesting kind of crossover, really, because if you look at the kind of yeast characteristics of a German wheat beer, and also those kind of yeasty esters of a Belgian kind of golden ale, this is kind of where those two kind of elements meet. That's fascinating. It's got a bit of haze to it. I think there's quite a lot of yeast in suspension, very fine yeast, but definitely cloves. A bit of hint of banana, quite a lot of banana actually. Oh, but then a really nice background of I'd say lime juice, bit of lemon rind, apricots. Yeah, it's got a lot of characteristics, as I said, as both that Belgian kind of golden ale, but it becomes yeasty and estery, which is quite fruity in a way. And it's got the kind of banana and cloves of a German wheat beer. But then it has still got that hop presence, which is definitely, as I said, the original beer, they do hop quite heavily with a lot of sea hops. You can see that's still remaining in there. Anyway, let's have a taste. Cheers. Wow, that's fascinating. Once again, it straddles those styles without a doubt. Very little presence of that 9.4% ABV. I think the kind of Belgian element comes much to the forefront at the back end. Up front, initial flavours quite soft, and once again cloves, but maybe slightly kind of herbal bread. Maybe a bit of I'd say dried herbs, not kind of grassy fresh herbs. Maybe kind of a nice blend of like oregano and parsley. Oh, excuse me, with a bit of a bready softness. Then at the back end, you get those full rounded fruity qualities of a Belgian golden ale, which I'll get into that in a minute, because I'm really being spoke to by this beer in the sense that those kind of hops are coming in at the end. It's quite nice and bitter, and the bitterness is pithy orange, definitely some grapefruit flesh, and a lingering. That's a grapefruit bitterness at the end as well, which is it's quite a well-defined bitterness. Back to those golden ale flavours. Yeah, it's kind of like those fermented fruits, like peaches, apricots, soft stone fruits. And then quite soon after those hops come in, and they're not kind of like big and zesty, but they've got the hop flavour in there. That kind of vitality is in there, and they've got a cutting bitterness is in there. But those hop flavours are certainly there, and it remains grapefruit, lemon, and orange pith. That's really interesting. I was kind of expecting something along the lines of what the brewery have been doing with beers like Mischief and Saison du Lent, where it's taking that Belgian style and making it American. But I think with this beer, it's an American beer. Actually, I'll take that back. Originally, this beer is a German style beer, done in an American way, so it's hopped up wheat beer, and then they throw some Belgian yeast on it. It's fascinating. As a home brewer, that is one of the kind of avenues I'm definitely going to go down. Really, just checking out what yeast strains how they can change a beer so specifically, because I think this is a really good example of how yeast plays such an important role in a beer. That's really nice. It's really nice. Is it a great Belgian beer? Have had better. Wow, that's dry. Excuse me. Is it a great wheat beer? No, it's not. It's a decent wheat beer. Is it a great kind of American style beer? No, but it's kind of sits somewhere in between all that. And I think the kind of the collective elements of each of those ideas work. It works. Am I going wild for it? Am I going wild for it? No, because maybe this isn't the style of beer that really kind of excites me. It is good, but I've had better. Anyway, for what it is, it's an interesting idea, and I really appreciate what's going on. So that's a bottle of Lagunitas Brewing Company's Little Sumpin Wild, 9.4%. You'd never know 9.4. I'm probably going to regret that after this glass. Anyway, I'm Rob from HopZine.com. I'll see you next time. Cheers.